Mm, okay. So it's a little funky in how I recorded today, but it is recording according to what I can see. I'm not sure on your end if you guys saw that something popped up that said it's being recorded. So if you did see that, maybe just give me like a little thumbs up emoji if you know how to do that. Um, Usually pops up like that. So, okay, we're going to get started. And a couple people might still be jumping on. So, all right. Oh, also, okay, thank you. I appreciate that. If you guys see the chat at the bottom, you can post your questions in the chat or your comments or anything that you think of, or if there is something that I mentioned that you want more info on, the chat at the very bottom, you can go ahead and type it in there, okay? All right, so welcome to Intro to Chakras. Whether you are a beginner in chakras or you are a novice and you know a lot about chakras, I guarantee you are going to learn something new today. I always like to present information in a way that we talk about the foundation and we talk about what the concept is, but then just kind of in a new way. Let's get outside the box. And that's very much my personality. So, my name is Alicia Long, and I am a natural health educator. And I am in school to become a naturopathic doctor. One of the requirements of my school is that I educate others in community workshops. And sometimes I do that in person, and other times I do that virtually. And the beauty of doing it virtually is that anybody can listen anywhere. So, again, I am so grateful that you are here to be on this intro to chakras. And we're going to dive right in so I can be sensitive to your time. And the first thing I'm going to do is do a little bit of reading. And I want to read to you from my workbook. Each session of school that we do, we have a workbook that we work through. And this one is Meridian Work and Light Healing Touch. And Meridian Work and Light Healing Touch is in alignment with chakras. And so that is kind of the direction we're going to go. Let me make sure that my phone is on Do Not Disturb. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so everyone has the gift of healing themselves, and everyone can learn. We often only accept and define what we can perceive. If we can't perceive it, it doesn't exist. As a society, we've been able to build instrumentation to grow our perceptions of reality. And we've done that through things like microscopes, X-rays, and MRIs, different ways that we can see inside the body, right? If you think about those ways. Consider asking your body to become an instrument in this case. Okay, so we're getting to the conversation about how everything is energy, including our body. Energy is life, and you have this life force inside your body called chi, and it's spelled QI. And chi is the energy or life force within you and all around us. Everything is energy. With modern physics, we now know that when you break solid matter down into smaller parts, there is nothing solid or physical about it at all. In fact, it's invisible. It's invisible energy. So the basic building block of everything in nature and the universe includes our own body, and our body is energy. Chi is life. Without it, there is no growth. There is no change. Your body cannot exist 1 second without chi. When you die, your chi leaves your body. From this perspective, understanding the fluid and transformational qualities of chi becomes clear that nothing is unmovable, unworkable, or permanent. At the level of energy, nothing is impossible to heal. It's this level where miracles can happen. And I felt like this was really important to read to you because chakras are energy, and they are the energy field and the energy force within our body that we're going to be talking about today, and that chi energy. So we can't talk about chakras without talking about chi. Long before we have symptoms or imbalance in the body, there must be a disturbance or an imbalance somewhere in our energetic field. in our energetic body. So if those of you listening right now maybe have a cold or you haven't been feeling well, think about for a second how that ties into your chi and your energetic body. Were you stressed before you got sick? Were you, I know that it's kind of cold season right now, where the time of season that we're in, the time of year. But stress plays a big part of that. And if our energy was depleted or if we're not sleeping well, so starting to think about all those factors. When we go through a traumatic or painful experience, we automatically try to avoid feeling the pain. It is a basic instinct that we've had since childhood. We block out or cut off pain by withdrawing from our consciousness. We tense our muscles and we repress so much. To keep our pain hidden, we often cope in different unhealthy ways. I promise I'm not going to read the whole time. I just wanted to get through this really important point. We fool ourselves by thinking we can ignore what we feel or avoid being who we really are. We're denying that we've been through something traumatic. Most of this happens without us even realizing it because we start doing it as early in life, like as children. We wall off our deeper connection to ourselves, and we fail to realize that this is stopping the flow. Each time we stop the energy, we freeze both the energy of the event and the time. We create a block in our auric field, and I'll tell you what an auric field is momentarily. In addition, the pain can be triggered, and so on and so forth. Just kind of painting a picture for you, building up energy connection. The issues are in our tissues. Everything is connected. Understand that no matter what the situation or the pain story, the root of all pain is fear and separation. The solution is love and unity. Most of our pain and imbalance and disease from our wounds. I lost my train of thought. I lost my place there. In order to best help those that come, in order to best heal those past pains, we can start to tap into our energy source. So, okay, I don't want to read the whole time. I just wanted to kind of paint a picture for you guys that energy is everything, okay? So if you think about a tornado, and we're going to jump right into some definitions and what is chakras and things like that. But if you think about a tornado is a cyclone of energy. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a visual of energy. And this spiraling energy creates a massive amount of force and energy. If you were to stand too close, you'd either be sucked in or more than likely you'd be extremely injured. Never want to get too close to a tornado. But incredibly, some of you might not know this, but a tornado is actually invisible. And what you see, if you have ever seen a tornado, is the debris and everything around it that's being sucked in. And this is a tangible way to think about the physical force of energy. In a way, every atom functions the same way, vibrating, spiraling energy. And fun fact, in the universe, there's more energy than there is matter. Less than 5% of the universe is matter. The rest is energy. So hopefully by now I'm painting a picture for you of like how much energy is around us and how important energy is, and that we are energetic beings and everything around us is energy. So I kind of just wanted to paint that picture for you. All right, so let's dive in. How does energy tie into to our chakras? Okay. I am going to share my screen with you momentarily. Not just yet, but I want to pull something up to share with you. And let's see here. Okay. So we are going to talk about, we're going to read some definitions, okay? I'm going to talk to you about some definitions, and then I'm going to show you my screen. Where'd you guys go? Oh, technology. There we go. Okay. So let me share some definitions with you. The fun thing we're going to do today too is talk about the different lines of energy in the chakras, but then also if there's an imbalance in the chakras, what that could mean or how you might be feeling. And then when the chakras are imbalanced, same thing. So what is an aura? We're going to talk about that real quick. What is an aura? So the name for the energy field that surrounds all living things. in the human being, there are 7 identifiable layers of the field called the subtle energy system. Okay, and I'm going to show you a picture to paint an idea of what that looks like. So an aura is the energy field that surrounds your body. What is a chakra? A chakra is a spinning wheel of light, and the Sanskrit word given to energy vortices, which control the flow of energy throughout the entire body. So the Sanskrit word for spinning wheel of light is chakra. The 7 chakras or energy centers form an energy matrix that support physical, emotional, and spiritual life. The chakras reflect aspects of your consciousness. What is an energy center? Well, an energy center is a cone-shaped vortex where energy exchanges between your different energy fields. So your chakras, which are root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, brow, and crown. We're going to dive a whole bunch into those. The energy centers interface with the physical body and through the movement and disbursement of the auric field. So just wanted to point out some terms because as we talk about aura, the energy around you, the light around you, we talk about your chakras, which are these different points of energy down your body. And then we talk about energy centers. They're cone shaped. You'll see in a picture how they kind of come through the body and interface with the auric field. And then at the very end, I'm hoping we have time to talk about meridians because meridians are pathways running through the body that carry your energy. And that's what I mean. You jump on an intro to chakras Zoom and you're like, okay, she's probably just going to jump right in and talk about the root chakra and the heart chakra and the throat chakra. And that might be what you would think. But again, I don't do anything inside the box. And I want you guys to be aware of how all these energy fields are connected. I felt that was really important for you to know. So I want to show you something. And this is a really cool book that you guys can add to your library if you want, and it's called Hands of Light, okay? Hands of Light is a guide to healing through the human energy field. And in this book, there's some beautiful drawings that I think will give you an idea of the definitions and the terms that we just talked about. So this right here shows you an auric field. Okay, so it kind of shows like a human and the different lines of energy that surround his body. Again, you can't see it, right? But that doesn't mean it's not there. We just talked about tornado being a vortex of energy, a cyclone of energy, and you actually can't see a tornado, but you can see what's whipped up in a tornado. So this is one of those things, and our energetic field, our aura, you can't see, but it's there and it's powerful and it's our chi. Okay, so then you've got, we're going to talk about these. I'm going to break them down. This right here is the etheric body, and you can see the lines of energy. You can kind of see some of the cones that I was talking about. And then this right here is the emotional body. And you can see the different colors, which we'll talk about what those colors mean. So there's the etheric body and the emotional body. Down here we have the mental body. The yellow is the mental body. And then the colorful again is the astral body. Kind of looks like a watercolor painting. So I'm just showing you examples of energy fields. This one's pretty. Pretty cool. This is the celestial body where it starts to get like a crystal, right? Like high vibration energy. And then the Catheric temple, the Catheric body is this one. If you hear my dogs barking in the background, they're always interjecting. Okay, so this page right here, I just want to give you an example. And if you get this book, it's a really great book. But this top guy right here, this is a normal aura. Okay, you can see him, normal aura. And then B says a musician. So starting to hear music, what's happening to the aura, okay? And then I think it's reversed, the letters are reversed, but I'm gonna give you an idea. Let's see, the women meditating. This is a good example right here. This woman is meditating. So you can see how her aura is kind of changing. Oh, this woman's meditating right here. And then let me find another example. Like that, I think there's one where she's angry. Yeah, here, this is anger and how it kind of changes the aura. So just from like a color perspective, the book kind of gives, I'm a visual person, so I like to see like the visuals of that. It kind of goes on and shows different pictures. Now, if you've ever had light healing touch or Reiki or energy work done, you don't see the colors necessarily, but this paints a really good idea. This is the practitioner, root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus. We'll talk about these, heart, throat, third eye, and then crown. And then same thing if you're laying on the table, working through the different auric fields. I do reflexology and craniosacral therapy, and it's all energy work. I mean, yes, we're working through the organs and we're working through meridians and we're working through pressure points, but it all has to do with energy too. Here's another example. This woman right here, you can see her root chakra at the bottom, and then the different lines of energy. So I just wanted to show you those pictures because I was reading at the beginning, and for those of you that are visual learners, I wanted you to kind of see what we're talking about. Here's another picture. Can you see, this is kind of funky because if you're new to chakras, you're like, what the heck is happening here? But these are the funnels of energy and how they interface with the field of energy around the body, and how they go from the front of the body to the back of the body. So that kind of shows that. And then this is the energy field. This is the 7-layer auric body system with the different chakras. So I'm actually going to pull this up on my screen for you guys, so that you can see it better, because I do realize just showing it to you, you might not be able to see it as well. Okay, but before I do that, please type any questions you have in the chat. If what I'm saying is completely a foreign language to you, that's completely fine. This is Intro to Chakras. So I showed you the pictures, and then I'm going to pull up my computer screen. But first, yeah, I'm going to pull up my computer screen because I do think this will help. Okay, so let me do that. All right, let me get there for you guys. Thanks for bearing with me. Okay, share screen. Cool. Okay, here we are. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. And the human energy field and the chakras. So on the right, let's see, let me zoom in a little bit if I can. Full screen. That didn't really help, did it? All right, we'll just rock with it, girls and guys. Okay, so on the right is your spiritual energetic field, which is very far out, and then coming in is mental, then emotional, then etheric, and then physical. So your physical body, and then I'll move out again. So your physical body or etheric is like when you feel goosebumps. That's like a really good way to describe it, because goosebumps do feel like energy. So that's etheric. Your emotional is that next layer out, and then your mental, and then your spiritual. So your spiritual is your biggest, okay? So if we break it down, etheric is your root chakra, and that's etheric, the goosebumps that I'm talking about is connected to your root chakra. And your root chakra, you can see over here, is your lowest chakra. It's chakra number 1. It's at the base of your spine. The color is red. The endocrine gland it's connected to is your adrenals, and the area of the body is the spine and the kidneys. So if you chronically have issues with your kidneys, or you chronically have issues with your, your spine or your nervous system, it's possible that your root chakra and your etheric body is out of alignment, and things like energy work would be helpful to you. The element of the root chakra and the element of the etheric body is earth, which makes sense because it's grounding in. And the mantra of the root chakra is I am safe and connected to the earth. The emotional body, you can see this little picture. The emotional body is that third layer, is connected to your sacral chakra. And your sacral chakra is at the center of your pelvis or just below your belly button. Let me show you this. I'm going to remind you. This might be a good picture too for you to see. And you can see the sacral chakra. See, there's the root, and then there's the sacral. So it's just below the belly button. If you guys want to touch right below the belly button to see where your sacral chakra is. Color is orange. The endocrine glands are pelvis, urinary, gonads. Area of the body is your reproductive system. The element is water, and the mantra is I flow with the rhythms of life. Solar plexus, my favorite color, which I wore yellow on purpose to represent the solar plexus. It's just above that belly button. The color is yellow. The endocrine gland is the pancreas, and it's the area of the body is the stomach, the liver, the gallbladder, and the nervous system. It's a fire element, and the mantra is I live with abundant energy and vitality. Heart chakra is the color green, and the heart is at the heart. Endocrine gland is the thymus. Heart, obviously, blood, vagus nerve, circulatory system. Element is air, and the mantra is I open my heart to embrace life as it is. Throat chakra, color blue. Okay, so now we're up here in the throat, and the throat chakra correlates to the element is space. Let's see. Oh, etheric body. Sorry, etheric. So you can see right there the goosebumpy part of the body. That layer right outside of the physical body is for throat chakra. Color is blue. Your voice. What's your truth? I follow truth and communicate clearly. The celestial body is the third eye. Color is purple. Endocrine gland, pituitary. And the areas of the body are the lower brain, the left eye, the nose, and the nervous system. And the elements are all five. The mantra is I live with wisdom and vision. The catheric is the crown above the head. The color is violet. The endocrine gland is pineal. Upper brain, right eye, and the element is beyond color, crystal light. And the mantra is we live in oneness and unity with the divine and all beings. So I think this may be really left field or far-fetched for some people to grasp because, again, we can't see it. But it kind of starts to make sense if you think about atoms and how we talked about just kind of briefly that atoms are mostly space and energy, and we live in a universe that's mostly space and energy. Doesn't it make sense to think of us as physical? We're physical beings, but we're surrounded by an energetic field. And I just don't think we talk about what the names of these energetic fields are. So chakras help us kind of name the energy vortices, the energy cones, the energy channels, and then also the human energy field, thinking about spirituality, mental health, emotional health, physical health, kind of how it all plays together. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I wanted to, again, this is Chakras 101. So I'm just literally just breezing over where the chakras are, what they correlate to, what they correspond to, and then giving you an intro into the energetic body as well, or the human energy field. Okay. I am going to go into with you. We have someone joining us. Welcome to the chat. If you just joined us, we're happy that you're here, and there will be a recording, so you'll be able to go back and listen to the rest of the chat. Hi, Kirsten.
Hey, can you hear me? Just so you know, I couldn't use any of the links in Eventbrite. None of them work.
Uh-oh.
I signed up 4 times. None of the links work. Just an endless loop. So if you've got less people on than you expect, it's because they can't join.
Oh no. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it. No bueno. Um, yeah, because I do have less people on. So
Yeah, no, there's no way to join from the Eventbrite. It's just an endless loop.
okay. Yeah, I did send out an email with the link. So
That's how I got in. You sent me a link to Zoom, but I've been spending the last 20 minutes trying to get in through Eventbrite, and
oh
I couldn't.
no. Sorry about that.
No,
Well,
no, it's just if you've got less people than you expected, it's because they, not that they don't want to be here, they can't get here.
I can't get in. Darn it. That's not cool. All right. Well, I'm happy that you told me that. Thank you.
And I'm sorry I interrupted everything. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I'm happy that you told us that. So we just kind of went over, we've been talking about an overview of energy fields, and the chakras, and you joined at the perfect time because we're actually going to we're going to dive deep into each of the chakras. So let's start with, I'm just going to leave my screen up so you guys can see it. We're going to start with the root chakra. And I'm going to, so this is one of the books I shared, The Hands of Light. So this is a really great book if you want to learn more about the human energy field and chakras. Another one of my favorite books that I actually found at Five Below is The Beginner's Guide to Chakras. And this one is by Lisa Butterworth. And the reason that I love this book is it's really simple and it breaks it down, what each chakra is, and then the recommendations for imbalance and balance. So if you guys want to jot this down, you can grab your pen and your paper and your notebook. So the root chakra, as we talked about, it's here on the screen, base of the spine, chakra number 1, color is red. It's about being connected to earth and feeling safe and secure. Tied to the basic human needs, food, water, shelter. Okay, so mental and emotional symptoms. If your root chakra is out of balance, you will have low self-esteem, pessimism, heightened anxiety, restlessness, inflexibility, inability to focus. Anybody having any of that? Physical symptoms would be lower back pain, not able to lose weight, immune system is constantly, you're constantly sick, and you may have disordered eating, like binge eating. So if your root chakra, chakra number 1, is out of alignment, these may be some things that you are experiencing. Root chakra that is that it is in balance, so has balance to it, would be stability, security, groundedness, confidence, passion, connection, positive self-esteem. So kind of the opposite. Looks like we have another gal joining us. So I'm just going to pause for a second. Okay, let's see here. Hi, Christy. Welcome to the chat.
Hi.
I'm sorry if you had a hard time getting in. I heard that people didn't have the correct link. So we're so glad we're glad that you're here.
So much.
Did you have the correct link?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you try to get in through Eventbrite?
I did, and it wasn't showing no link. That's how I got in, was I contacted you.
Oh, interesting.
And then there was an email link sent that way. So that's how I was able to get in. And I just received it just a little bit ago.
This is so bizarre. I've never had this happen ever, ever, ever with Eventbrite. I'm so sorry. You are the second person that said that, and we're missing a bunch of people. So
yeah, there's no link. And even if you go to the event page, like it doesn't show. It says it's starting, but you don't have a way to click the start or join now or anything. It doesn't give a link whatsoever.
That is so bizarre. I am so
Yeah, I'm
sorry
so
about that.
sorry. Yeah,
No,
I'm so
my
sorry.
gosh. Well, luckily there's a recording. Um,
Yes.
Luckily there is a recording, but I think for some reason there's just a glitch. There must be a glitch with this because everybody that's joining is saying that they weren't able to get in. So that's so weird. And now Kirsten's joining us twice. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening.
I did too. I even signed up for another ticket
Yes,
thinking that,
I
you
have
know,
3
that,
tickets out there, so.
yeah. See? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry.
No, that's just we were so
No,
excited to hear from you. We did it
yes.
multiple
Yes.
times.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is it's recorded. So you guys can go back and listening to the recording.
Very
And
good.
yeah, and you're here now. So and I will email everything out so you guys have it. So before we end, I'll just make sure I have your proper email and everything like that, okay? So sorry again. So yeah, if you guys just want to mute, we just talked about the root chakra, and the root chakra is the first chakra in the body at the pelvis, but or at the base of the spine. I'm sorry, the base of the spine. The color is red, and we talked about what it looks like if your root chakra is out of balance and if your root chakra is in balance. Um, when you meet with a practitioner to do energy work, like things like Reiki or light healing touch or reflexology or craniosacral, or even if you have a practitioner that you work with that does tuning forks, essentially what you're doing is working with the energy of the body. And if there is a field of energy within your body that's out of balance, by doing that energy work, you're bringing all of the lines of energy in the body back into balance. And you might actually see the color. I have worked with people that are laying on my table, and they'll tell me as I'm doing some energy work on them that they see the color red, or they feel a certain release or something. Not always. I'm not saying that's going to happen in every case, but I'm just letting you know that can happen. And if you see the color red or the color yellow or the color green or whatever the color of the chakra means, it could mean there's a release or a balance happening in that area. And so this book that I'm reading from is The Beginner's Guide to Chakras by Lisa Butterworth. And she breaks it down by each chakra, starting with the root chakra, which is chakra number 1, and talks about essential oils that benefit the root chakra, like sandalwood or cedarwood. She talks about food you can eat to balance your root chakra. So some things you could eat would be root vegetables. Doesn't that make sense, right? Like onions or potatoes or garlic, red apples, paprika, berries, cherries, and you can think about red color too, like tomatoes are red. Anything that's red, if you feel out of alignment with your root chakra, you feel out of alignment with being safe and connected, and your self-esteem is out of whack, and you have anxiety all the time, and you just don't feel connected, maybe it's an energy thing, right? Maybe it's not necessarily that something is wrong with your physical body. Maybe it's an energetic misalignment. So start to think in that way, okay? Beetroot. Look how yummy that looks. Beetroot and apple. So if you have a juicer, you can start to make these red dishes, root veggies. Yoga poses that are good for the root chakra are standing. Any of your standing poses, like mountain, it's going to be really good. In her book, she has visualizations and meditations that you can do for root chakra. If you get the sense right now, just from this conversation, you know what? I don't feel connected to the earth. I don't feel grounded. I do have low self-esteem. I do feel like I might have that imbalance. You can do a quick, easy Google of meditations for root chakra, yoga flow for root chakra. If you go in and you get any energy work or a massage, you can say, what do you know about root chakra? How could you help me balance my root chakra? Like if that's really resonating with you, those are some modalities that could help you balance. Okay, so sacral chakra, we're moving on to orange. So I'm sharing my screen. You guys can see I'm highlighting the orange. And your sacral chakra is just below the belly button. You can see this. I'll circle it with my screen. The sacral chakra goes through from the front all the way to the back. And if you have an imbalance there, it's going to be to do with reproductive system, pelvis, urinary. And if the sacral chakra is in imbalance, you may feel emotional instability. You may feel like a stifling in your creativity, feeling uninspired, low libido, lots of guilt, lots of shame, lots of codependency. You may have sexual dysfunction, fatigue, lower back pain, lots of urinary issues, lots of kidney problems. And that color is orange for sacral chakra. So again, if you're getting energy work done, or you're in meditation, or you're doing yoga and you're seeing orange, maybe that's a release. Maybe that's a balance. Maybe that's a sign that your energy is realigning and readjusting. So how to bring it back into balance? When your sacral chakra is starting to balance, you'll feel more joy. You'll feel more creativity. You'll feel more passion. You'll feel more intimacy, more pleasure. And, the opposite of what we said. So essential oils for your sacral chakra: sweet orange, ylang ylang, cardamom. Again, think orange. Foods: oranges, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, squash, cinnamon, carrots, orange foods, orange, orange, orange. What about making a mango peach smoothie? Butternut squash soup. All right, your yoga poses that would be good for your sacral would be like goddess pose or pigeon pose, right? So if you guys are my yogis, anyway, even camel, you can see camel right there, because you are expressing the lower part of the navel up towards the sky, right? So you can think about any way to express that sacral chakra. It's just the cutest little book. It's like got everything in it, and I got it at Five Below. I don't know if Five Below still has it, but if you want to order it on Amazon or find it, it is Beginner's Guide to Chakras. Okay, solar plexus. So I am wearing the color yellow. Solar plexus is your mental body. It's just above the belly button. So here I'll circle it on the screen. Go up a little bit. Oop, boop, 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 boop. Don't go up that high. Okay, solar plexus just above the belly button. Color is yellow. Endocrine gland, pancreas, stomach, liver, gallbladder, nervous system. All right, what if your solar plexus is out of balance? Low self-esteem, obsessed with being perfect, lack of purpose, feelings of insecurity, trouble making decisions. You'll have indigestion often, acid reflux, nausea, bloating, just a lot of things to do with that stomach, that liver, that gallbladder. So how to bring it back into balance and what it would look like if it's in balance: you'll have more self-worth, more confidence, more motivation, higher self-worth, more resilience. So what are some essential oils to help bring it back into a balance? Lemon makes sense, right? It's yellow. Fennel, heliochrysum, peppermint's on here, which is green. Peppermint's good for a lot of things. Okay, what are some foods that are good for the solar plexus? Ginger, turmeric, pineapple, bananas, beans, fermented food. And also think about if these foods sound good to you, if you crave these foods, why? Why would you crave these foods? Maybe you need them, right? There's like a yummy little lemon turmeric ginger tea. Pickled fermented. All right, what yoga poses are really good for the solar plexus? Any of the warriors. So if you love doing warrior, maybe that's why. Maybe warrior actually opens up that solar plexus. Plank is really good for solar plexus. So you can see, kind of see there. Okay, we're cranking along here, girls and guys. Heart chakra makes sense. It's right here at the heart. It's green. Essential oils that are good for the heart are frankincense, jasmine, rose is really good for the heart. And what would it look like if the heart chakra is out of balance? Jealousy, lack of compassion, feeling undeserving of love, lack of trust, loneliness, depression, blood pressure issues, poor circulation, heart problems. Yikes. How do we get our heart chakra back in balance? If we do, we'll find more harmony and acceptance, compassion, healthy boundaries, being able to heal, feeling more affectionate. I think we all need that, right? Again, I'll go back to what I said with the root chakra. If you are aligning with what I'm saying and you're like, man, I feel like my heart chakra is out of alignment, Google meditations for heart chakra, music for heart chakra, do the poses that I mentioned, grab the essential oils that I mentioned, start eating more of the foods that are on this, that we talk about. Start to really do your research on these particular chakras and see if that will help you. Essential oils for the heart. We talked about rose, marjoram, frankincense, palmarosa. Okay, foods. Broccoli, green apples, celery, mint, parsley, avocados, dark chocolate, high in magnesium too, leafy greens, heart chakra foods. Make some green juice. That would be good for the heart. Yoga poses for the heart. Up dog, right? You're opening up that heart. Bridge pose. I'll show you. I can't get it to the screen. Bridge pose. Looks like she's doing eagle. Down dog and up dog. Okay. I think moral of the story is if you do yoga, that's why you hear so much about chakras and yoga. It's because you're moving through the different poses and through the different chakras. Okay, throat, super important. Blue, your truth. Are you speaking your truth? Are you communicating clearly? And this has to do with the etheric body, which is that layer right outside the physical body. And the color is blue. So, are you seeing blue in your dreams? Are you seeing blue during energy work? Are you seeing blue during yoga and meditation? Maybe that's your throat chakra communicating with you. Throat chakra essential oils: clove, eucalyptus, geranium, spearmint. If your throat chakra is out of alignment, what would that look like? Fear of judgment, lack of faith, creativity blocked, unable to speak out, insecure, feelings of insignificance, sore throats all the time, clenched jaw, TMJ, neck problems, thyroid issues, hearing problems. Do you experience any of these? And what would it look like to have your throat chakra balanced? You'd have more feelings of independence, intuition. You'd be able to express yourself better. You would have more creativity. You'd feel valued. You'd be able to be a better listener. Maybe your spirituality would heighten. All reasons to balance that throat chakra. What are some throat chakra essential oils? Clove, spearmint, geranium, fir. If you're an essential oil gal. This is kind of cool. Clearing mouth rinse. A mouth rinse for your throat chakra: clove essential oil, spearmint essential oil, and water. That's pretty cool. What foods go with throat chakra? Sage, thyme, plums, sea vegetables like seaweed, nuts, healthy fats. This is also, I want to point out to you, because we're talking about foods for each of the chakras, and everything that we've mentioned. If you eat the rainbow, you're going to be in better balance with your chakras too. Like if you each day are eating sweet potatoes and sage and nuts and healthy fats and seaweed and apples and, eat the rainbow, it makes sense, right? Our body will be in more balance. Okay. Yoga pose. What yoga pose is for throat chakra? Fish pose, cat cows. That makes sense, right? Because in cat cow, you're opening and you're closing. So there's your cat cows. Hero's pose. Feet up to the sky. There's fish pose. I did see when I was researching for you guys, when I was putting this presentation together, if you have a bolster at home, and you lay back, or you have like a ottoman that you can lay back on and like take your lower back and round on it, it's really great for throat and heart, and then also solar plexus and sacral, because you're arching your back. So that's a really good one for like the 4 in the front. And that's something you could do really easy. Okay, we're moving on. Third eye, right here. So I'll zoom up a little bit. The third eye is your brow up here, and that is your 6th chakra. The color is purple, and essential oils that are good for the 6th chakra are bergamot, chamomile, vetiver. What does it mean? What does it look like if your 6th chakra is out of alignment? You'd be disconnected from your intuition. You would generally be dissatisfied. You'd have a lack of meaning. You'd always overthink things. You'd have a problem making decisions. You can't concentrate well. You have poor memory. Maybe you get headaches all the time, insomnia, hormonal issues. Sound like anybody? So bringing it back into harmony, you'd have more awareness, better intuition, self-assuredness. You'd be able to make decisions easier, better. You'd trust yourself more. You'd be more in harmony. You'd have more empowerment. Are you starting to gather why it's important to have your chakras balanced? Essential oils for your third eye: bergamot, juniper, vetiver. Oh, we talked about them a little bit. Foods. What foods should you eat for third eye? Eggplant, purple kale, purple grapes, lavender, figs, purple cabbage, rosemary, dark chocolate. All really good. Cacao and berry smoothie. That looks super yummy. Lavender tea, and then yoga poses. So we've got seated meditation, right? With the third eye facing forward. I'm just going to show you. Here's some of the yoga poses. And again, if that resonates with you, if third eye resonates with you, Google or look up or find a book, 6th chakra, third eye chakra, how to balance, and or recipes for, it's all out there. All this information is out there for us. Okay, last chakra, numero 7, the crown above the head, that purple chakra. Okay, out of balance, loneliness, depression, lack of purpose, disconnected, obsessive thoughts, lack of inspiration, narrow-mindedness, fatigue, brain fog, headaches, hormonal issues. Sounds really similar actually to the third eye. And when it's in harmony, you feel more love, more empathy, more kindness, more purpose, more peace, and more faith. You just feel more connected and more awake. So to help bring it back into balance, again, if you are meditating or doing yoga or getting energy work done and you see the color white or violet, what does that mean? Is it you reconnecting back to your crown chakra, or is there release happening in your crown chakra? Don't question it. Just know that each of the chakras have a color, and maybe there's a reason that you're resonating with a certain color. Maybe you gravitate towards certain foods for a reason. Start to trust yourself a little bit more in knowing what you need. If you missed the beginning of this chat where we talked about the energetic fields and what those mean, it really goes back to we're so much more than a physical body, and we need to take care of ourselves in more than a physicality, more of a physical body. What are the essential oils for the crown chakra? Lavender, myrrh, spikenard, which I think all 3 of those. Well, I know myrrh is biblical. I think spikenard's a biblical one. Lavender, pretty basic. Oh, I see a hand up. Is that a question? Kirsten, did you have a question? Maybe you're just waving at us. Okay, no problem. All right, foods for crown chakra. Cauliflower, onions, garlic, coconut, chamomile. Okay, these are white. Chamomile, coconut, parsnips, cauliflower, garlic, onion. Those are all white foods, right?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so my question is, and I apologize, but I'm pretty sure I'm screwed on all of these chakras. So what's the first one you like? What order would you try to correct them in?
Okay, so that is such a great question. I think so. A couple things on that. And actually, you and I can do this together when we get together for our energy healing session. What you want to do is find a meditation that has you close your eyes and visualize taking yourself through all the chakras. And you can, the most meditations will take you in order. Like they'll start at the root chakra. So you'd close your eyes and you would bring energy to your root chakra and you would breathe into a few rounds. Maybe you'd inhale and you'd exhale into your root chakra, and then you'd move up from there. So I would start at the base, Kirsten. I would start at the root, and then I would breathe in a few times. And then from there, I would take my breath right up below my belly button and I would breathe into the sacral chakra. And then I'd go up to each one, like I'd make my way up the body and then out the crown of the head. Some people need that other person talking them through it. And so I know there's a lot of meditations out there that will talk them through it. So you can do that on your own. Like you can literally close your eyes and take yourself through it, or you can search chakra clearing meditation. And if you want, in a follow-up email that I send you guys, I can actually send you some links to do that. If you're working with a practitioner, the name of the modality is light healing touch or Reiki, and light healing touch and Reiki will help clear your chakra and help align. So if you have chakras that are out of balance and they're not connected, or some of them are frayed or not open, that sort of work will help realign and rebalance your chakras. So you can do it on your own through breath work, through visualizing the different channels. You can do it by Googling chakra alignment meditation, and you can also work with a practitioner. So those are kind of like the three that I would say. Did that answer your question?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So yes, you're totally screwed tomorrow when you try and work with my chakras. And two, but is there one, but do I start with, do you focus on one or do you just try and focus on the whole? Do I try and do one first and then two and then three, or?
I think it's individual. I mean, I think if you, okay, I'll give you an example. If you focus on your root chakra, if we hang up from this call and you're like, okay, I'm going to start with the root chakra, and you're working through the root chakra and you're just seeing tons of red, and it's like you're feeling like it's also a very intuitive practice, and you're feeling like, okay, this feels really good. I feel connected to my root chakra. Then move on to sacral.
Okay.
But if you're doing that and you're not connecting to root and it feels like there's still a blockage there, then maybe you're like, oh, maybe I need to sit with this for a while, you know?
Got it. Yeah.
I would say that would be my recommendation, because intuitively, every single person on this call, you have to know your own body, you know? And this is just intro to chakras. I mean, we could deep dive into each of these chakras. This is just kind of giving you an overview of, oh my gosh, like you're saying, I feel like all of my chakras are screwed up. And the truth of the matter is, I mean, we're bombarded at every angle of stress and, you know, toxic food and all the things that bombard our physical body and our spiritual body and our energetic body. And we are probably constantly needing to rebalance, and balancing Yes, it's energy work. Yes, it's breath work. Yes, it's healthy eating. Yes, it's massages. Yes, it's walking. Yeah, it's all of these things that interface and work together. But at the end of the day, you also have to sit quietly and tap into that chakra and see how it feels in your body.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm excited to work with you on your on your energy and see how you feel. And like luckily you and I are close and in proximity where we can work together. But if there's people on this call or that listen to this recording that say, gosh, I need to work with a practitioner. I would love to go get some Reiki done, or I would love to get some light healing touch or some energy work done. Um, I would venture to guess there's somebody near you that does that kind of work. And if you're really stuck and you can't find somebody, reach out and I can try and help you find someone in your area. However, we gain our power back. We gain our power back by realizing that we can also heal ourselves by having this knowledge and even just sitting with each of these chakras and closing our eyes and breathing into it and seeing how we feel. There's a lot of power in that too.
You are a pretty amazing woman.
Oh my gosh, no, you are. Thank you. I just, sometimes on these workshops and these chats, I feel like it's an overview, and I want to make sure everybody just has that little nugget to take away.
You are a blessing.
You are too. Thank you. And thank you for your question.
Well, you know me, it's never going to be a call without a question.
Okay, good. Well, we made it through. We made it through all the chakras. Does anybody else have questions? What do you guys feeling confused on, or did anything really stand out to you? If anybody wants to come off of mute,
Can I ask another question?
please.
So we talked about different like essential oils for different chakras.
Mhm.
At some point, if can you mix too many? Are you better to like focus on one and then the next, or just a whole hodgepodge of these are all the things that I think I need to work with, so let's do it all at once?
So that's a great question. And I'm always going to say start with one. And the reason is because if you gravitate towards lavender and you love lavender and lavender is very calming and relaxing, you've now identified that. So now if you add frankincense with your lavender, now you have to see how that feels. Because if you just start with lavender, frank, lemon, and orange, and you put them all together, how are you going to know which one vibes best with you?
Got it.
There is a healing modality called raindrop therapy. And raindrop therapy is when you lay on a massage table and they put different essential oils along your spine, and the different essential oils respond and react with a different aspect of your nervous system.
So kind of like allergy testing.
Yeah, well, kind of, but not. But yes, I see your point in that. So it's interesting though, because the science behind essential oils in the limbic system, so the essential oils actually respond and react directly with your limbic system. And there's a lot of science behind that, but then also with your nervous system, there's a connection between essential oils and your nervous system. So in that regard, like putting essential oils on the physical body, um, I mean, there's that modality, but I would say always start with one to see how it responds with your body. I guess was the point I was trying to make. So,
But now I'm curious. So when you put them on the body, is like no reaction a good thing, or
um,
do you know?
yeah, no, so like if you're talking about allergy testing, you don't want some sort of allergic
Right.
response with essential oils, and you always want to use a carrier oil, especially if you're just starting out with essential oils. You want to use like a jojoba or a coconut oil or something so you know how the body responds. Because with essential oils, you can diffuse them and take them in through the nose, or if you put them on the skin, think of essential oils are the blood of the plant. And that's why the body is able to receive them so well, because it's the blood of the plant going into the blood of the body. So, should you feel anything? Yes. I mean, lavender is going to calm you. Frankincense is going to relax you. Lavender is going to wake you up. So yes, you respond. You don't respond allergically. You don't respond with a histamine response.
But
Hopefully
you do respond physiologically.
you do. Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool.
Are you in the know about essential oils?
Nope.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can tell me about them tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting because, this is all about chakras, but in order to rebalance your chakras, like let's just use root as an example. Essential oils are a part of rebalancing your root chakra. They're not the only things by
But you
any.
mentioned them against every chakra, so I assume they're like a fairly critical element.
Yeah. Yes, and you will notice now after the Zoom, you guys will go to Whole Foods or Better Health or whatever local health store you have and take a look. You'll notice that essential oils are named after chakras. So they got smart in that way that yes, there's peppermint, yes, there's lavender, but like you'll see throat chakra essential oil or heart chakra because they know, there's this knowledge of how they can help and support the chakras.
So do you need to put them on your body, or can you put them through a diffuser? Does it make a difference if
Oh,
you're
you can do both. Yeah, you can do both. So I have a throat chakra and a heart chakra in my purse. And like if I'm going into yoga and I just want to dab a little on my heart chakra or I want to dab a little on my throat chakra, I will. Um, at home this morning, I diffused thieves, and thieves is cinnamon and clove because cinnamon and clove are really good for cold season. Because essential oils also have health benefits as well. So not only are they chakra supporting, but they're also health supporting to the systems of the body.
so if you've got a blocked chakra and you find a way to unblock it, will you actually feel that?
So the best way I can describe it is that let's say you have a creative block and you're just like, God, I have to write this paper, I have to write this book, or I have to do this project for work, or like I just feel like everything is blah, right? And you consciously start working on your throat chakra, which is your truth, your communication. You consciously start working on your heart chakra. You'll start to notice your creativity open because it's all connected. Nothing in the body is disconnected. It all works together. And here's a really great example I'll give you guys. If you walk into a party and there's a really like negative person at the party. It's like, ah, this party sucks and the food sucks. And you're just like, whoa, like the energy just got dark, right? Like this person's super negative. That's going to alter your energy. That's going to change your energy. And it's the same thing with chakra work, you guys. When you start to work on your chakras, when you start to clear them through energy work, through meditation, through yoga, through the foods you eat, through the essential oils you use, through healing your body in that way, you're going to elevate at a higher vibration. And that really negative person at the party might not bother you so much anymore, or you won't be that person anymore. Or like I gave that example because it's the easiest way I could think of like how energy controls an environment, right? So if you have a lot of that going on inside yourself, that's how balancing the chakras can clear that.
So you're saying that if your chakras are blocked, you're vibrating at a lower level
Frequency.
than you could be.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, you are. You want your vibration to be as high as possible. And if your chakras are blocked, that's not happening. It's such a great question. Doesn't it make sense?
It does.
Yeah, totally makes sense. This should have just been Q&A the whole time. I love it. I love it. Man, I just feel so bad about that people couldn't be on this. I'm like, oh, I'm glad that we finally figured it out, but I know there's a lot of people that missed it.
But you record it, so that's great.
I recorded it, so
And you can do it again.
I could. Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
have to wear a different color next time.
You know what? What I should do is 30 minutes each chakra wearing a different color.
There you go,
Do a
changing
whole
your outfits, because
series.
I know you've got like that great pink sweater.
I'm drinking out of my sacral chakra glass. I'm wearing my solar plexus. I probably have some heart chakra undies on or something.
Okay, well, we're gonna make you share if you go too far with
No.
that.
Yeah, no. Does anyone else have questions?
I'm sorry, I feel like I've dominated, but I totally appreciate your
No, yeah,
responses.
absolutely.
Come on, somebody else ask a question so I don't feel like I'm the only one.
You know, a lot of people that are on this call tonight, that were able to be on with us are like in transit. So that's totally okay. I'm gonna stop sharing. Whew, that's my face. There I am. Okay, so this was intro to chakras. And we just took 60 minutes to talk about an overview of energy and just take a little mini deep dive into each chakra. But this doesn't have to be the end of our conversation. If you guys are really interested in chakras, sign up for my yoga class. If you're local, I am teaching yoga starting in January in West Bloomfield, and we talk a lot about chakras, and we actually do these moves to.
Where are you teaching? Are you teaching at the Haviland?
I am teaching at West Bloomfield, at Marshbank Park.
Marshbank Park, okay.
Marshbank Park.
When?
Thursday nights at 6:30.
Starting?
January 16th, whatever that Thursday is. I'll send you info.
For any of you that have not done her class, she's amazing.
I did get it right, January 16th. Now, if you're not local and you're listening to this and you're like, I can't come to your yoga class, Allie, find a yoga instructor that you vibe with and start to think about these chakras. You know, start to think about up dog being throat and heart. Start to think about the root chakra, you know, coming into goddess. Start to think about sacral chakra and solar plexus when you're in your warriors. Like if you start to bring awareness to these parts of your body, it's an awareness conversation. We need to be more intuitively connected to our body, our physical body, and our energetic body. And these things will start to align. They will. And it may take time. And Kirsten, to your point, how do I know? Well, you know when you feel better. You know when you're vibrating higher. You know when you're not so negative. You know when your body starts to feel more aligned. You start to feel it. Yeah. So, thank you guys for being here. Sorry if you had a hard time getting in. For those of you that weren't able to join and I'm sending the recording, I do apologize again. I don't know what happened with Eventbrite, but I'm going to figure it out. So the next time that you join one of these conversations, you'll have an easier time getting in. And
Thank
Kirsten,
you.
I'll see you tomorrow, girl.
Namaste.
Namaste. And if you guys want to book my yoga or a energy session with me or a reflexology or anything, my website is sunnyandholistic.com. Sunnyandholistic.com.
Can I just say, if anyone's local, she's the best.
You're the best. Thank you, my love. Namaste. All right. You guys have a good night. Thank you.